Music by Queen, costumes by Liberace, written by a 4-year-old. This is Flash Gordon on Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness, Flash Gordon, yay! God damn it.
Flash!
This movie is terrible.
Flash Gordon is alive.
Alright, are you seriously, you guys can, that's the only time you can do that during this whole thing. I don't want to hear dun 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 ever again.
No.
It's banned from this room.
Yes, this was a Jackie pick and it was awesome.
I think it was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. It's so bad.
It's real bad.
It is.
And of course we have Mark.
Oh, Mark is
here
here.
guesting
Again.
with us again.
Again.
Again. Again.
I like, I'm not really sure what happens in this movie. Like, what's going on?
Buttons of destruction in the opening scene.
Well, I know, but what's Ming's beef?
He just likes to...
He said that he went to galaxies to test them, so he would do all this awful shit to their planet, and if they thought it was him, then he considered them a threat, and then he would kill them.
Yeah, about every 1,000 years.
So, he goes to planets, threatens them, and if they think it's Ming, he kills them.
Right.
Right.
How would they think it's Ming?
They think it's anything.
If they were
If they're not just... If it's not natural disasters, then he pushes the red button, and then they all die.
Pretty much.
So what are they
On a rotating schedule.
supposed to think?
That it's just natural disasters, like...
And if they think, wait, this isn't natural disasters, this is bullshit from space.
Then he's like, red button, boom!
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many people think it's bullshit from space?
Just the one guy. He was right, though.
That's true.
Yeah. And
Zarkov.
Zarkov.
and he had a rocket and everything. He was ready.
Yep.
In his greenhouse. There's a rocket in his
Two-person
greenhouse.
rocket.
And he sleeps next to his assistant with a divider. Like, here's a little divider. We're just going to...
On cots.
On cots in the corner of the greenhouse laboratory rocket tower.
With
He got kicked out of NASA. I wonder why.
bullshit machinery and... Like, I'm still vexed. So... He knows that it's Ming, or does he just think it's bullshit from space?
He thinks it's bullshit from space.
So he's got the rocket.
He says it's an attack from space.
So what's the point of the rocket? What's he going to do with the rocket? If everything goes according to plan for him...
I think everything did go according to his plan.
Yeah, dude, he was going to go up there and extend the hand of peace.
That flew directly to Mongo.
No, he has a spaceship that goes into space, at which point he hopes for the best.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
once he gets up there, who knows? But he's trying.
So,
and it takes 2 people to run this rocket, Justin.
How did they get to Mongo?
They went through a bullshit cloud.
No, it was a lava lamp.
Don't you find that
Pretty sure that was a lava
awfully
lamp.
convenient?
Yeah, no, he's that's the thing, is it's like 1 in a million shot, that's our plan.
Just aim it someplace over there. Hopefully it takes us to the place where all this bullshit's coming from.
If we're being attacked from space and I shoot myself into space, there's a good chance that this space attack will grab me.
Yeah.
And take me prisoner.
And they flew through the smoke of whoever wrote the script. What they were smoking. That's what I think.
Oh, see, I was thinking lava lamp.
So
Lorenzo Semple Jr., who has written good movies. I think that they didn't use his script.
I don't think so either. So Ming's got an attack system of random
buttons,
weather-related, natural disaster-related, earthquake, hot hail. What else did he have?
He had both Volcano and Volcano Eruption.
Yes.
Which makes me wonder what the Volcano button does. When you push that one, like,
it makes a volcano.
And then somebody's like, oh shit, there's a volcano. I hope it doesn't erupt. And then he's like, haha, I have another button just for that. Volcano Eruption.
Here's what I thought was interesting.
Yeah, Typhoon and Hurricane as well. Those are just semantically different, but not. Same actual weather event.
But
Depending on how he feels that day.
Emperor Ming was told that the name of the planet was Earth, and there was a button labeled
Earthquake, yeah.
And actually, you're wrong. A typhoon doesn't make landfall. A typhoon that makes landfall is a hurricane.
Is it a hurricane? Oh, okay.
Yes. I wonder if he had some other weird buttons to destroy Earth. Like, I wrote down here, scorching herpes for everybody.
Well, there should have been a
Scorching
tsunami.
herpes.
I didn't see any tsunamis.
No tsunamis.
Or tidal waves.
What
or
about
whatever.
what about a Kardashian invasion?
That would have been terrible.
Boop. Kardashians.
The brown note?
Yeah, the brown note. Could have done the brown button, the brown note. I've got a button called Flash Gordon 2.
Flash Gordon
Could
2.
destroy the Earth. You know. Push the button and there's another Flash Gordon movie. It's a sequel. It was supposed to be funny.
And for those listeners who don't know what the brown note is, it's a magical note that makes everybody poop their pants.
I'm pretty sure everybody knows what the brown note is. At this
Hey, maybe
point.
they don't.
If they listen to Stinker Madness, I'm pretty sure they're
Yeah.
savvy enough to be able to pick up on subtle jokes, pop culture references.
Talk about pop music. Never mind. I'm the only one that knows that song.
Okay, go ahead and do the dun 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 thing.
I was totally going to do that. I held my breath.
So, Flash Gordon is the quarterback of the New York Jets.
And he drives the station wagon.
Drives a station wagon.
It's full of shit.
He's on vacation during football season.
During the off season.
No, there's a game going on. He's in the car and he's listening to the game. It's the Giants and the Redskins playing.
Maybe it's their bye week.
He's on vacation. You don't go on vacation during your bye week. You go and watch tape. You're the damn quarterback of the Jets.
He's Flash Gordon. He can do what he wants.
He also looked like he was looking through the want ads. Like, what are you looking for?
And why is he on vacation in the Nevada desert?
He also had his own
At an
t-shirt line throughout
airport-
this movie.
Airport gas station.
Airport gas station. I'm pretty sure Jets quarterbacks don't make that little money.
Well, he gets a plane by himself with a stewardess by himself. So that's...
She's a travel agent.
Yes.
Yeah, she was a travel
She's
agent,
a travel
Sam.
agent? Oh, it seemed like she was a stewardess. And I was like, why are you not getting him peanuts?
And she should also, if she's a travel agent, she should know better than to fly to the Nevada desert. Like, what's she doing there?
Staying at the hotel.
Yeah.
Getting her head together. That's what she said.
Oh, that's right. She wanted to be alone. And Flash knew what she meant.
drinks alone.
Flash knew what she
Nobody
meant.
else.
I don't think Flash owned a station wagon. I think he was just using it. Borrowed it from somebody. He's charming like that.
He
Yeah.
jacked that station wagon.
No, I think somebody just handed him the keys.
Well,
Anyway,
he did leave it there.
that's true.
The whole airport scene, the gas station, doesn't make any sense.
No, it
And really
does not.
nothing that happens after that makes any sense either. But
Now, they start out on the same foot.
At least they're consistent.
There was one script for this movie.
I think there were several.
You're
scripts in this movie.
one script that was used throughout the entire making of the film. And none of it would made sense or was any semblance of reality.
So did anybody count how many t-shirts he actually had in this film? I have 4.
Were they are you counting just t-shirts or all of his attire?
His tank top, like how many times he changed
I
outfits.
think he changed 4 times.
we had the long sleeve get up, the pilot jacket.
Yeah. But then after
But
that, I mean,
underneath that was the Flash t-shirt.
yeah, I mean, he had like all these Flash Gordon t-shirts. I'm like, because they just make those for you, like, Flash Gordon t-shirt, here we go.
Well, if you're the quarterback for the Jets,
They like
He
the
also had a
Jets on
sweet-
Planet Mongo.
He had a sweet tombstone, too.
One of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to go out like that. That's the tombstone I want. And even if it just said Justin Earthling executed by Ming, I'm fine with that. I think that's awesome. I would totally dial that up. I think I'll put that in my will. My tombstone must cost $10,000 because what was it? It was like onyx, etched onyx.
well,
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
black gold.
it was plastic,
Sure,
but
naturally.
it looked nice.
implying that it's
wouldn't
fancy
wanna-
rock.
Yeah, it was meant to look good, but in reality, that thing wouldn't last 10 minutes in the sun.
No, but I think if you were to do that in your actual life, I think you're looking at $10,000.
Oh yeah, easily. Tombstones are big, even
They're big money.
big money.
Yeah.
Good business.
Okay, so let's get
It's
to
not, like,
Ming.
it's not like you're gonna run out of customers, huh? Hey, anybody? You know?
Or that Zarkov has to have someone push the red pedal so that he can enjoy the flight without doing anything.
No.
Because he He,
Yeah, why
he
did he
kind of
shoot
cranks a couple
people?
knobs, but he didn't really do anything.
He had to press the red button.
With his
his
face. Because they get into a fight.
Yeah. So, why is it then that exiting Earth's atmosphere puts you to sleep on their rocket? Everybody passes out. Is it the G-force?
It's the G-force.
I thought they passed out when they went through the bullshit cloud.
No, they were asleep before that.
Yeah. And then Flash Gordon and Dale
No, 'cause
held
they-
hands.
Yeah.
They were like awake and you see the Earth, and then they start spiraling into the bullshit cloud is when they fell asleep. I
No,
thought.
before that, they were holding hands on the way there. Dale doesn't have a seat. It was a good find by Jackie. She has to sit on the floor, but she does have seatbelts on the floor.
She was on a seat, but
Even-
they were sideways, and Flash
Slid,
slid over in her
yeah.
seat, and she had slid off onto the floor.
What a piece of shit, Flash Gordon.
It was actually the seatbelts being very loose
Yeah,
because
They
they
didn't
didn't
put 'em on
secure them into the seats at all.
they
really.
did not have a pre-flight brief on how to use those seatbelts.
That's why every aircraft needs a stewardess.
Not a safe spaceship.
No.
Speaking of not safe things, the plane that crashes into the
Greenhouse?
greenhouse
Laboratory.
laboratory house
rocket
home,
tower.
rocket tower. It gets flown by Flash. He knows how to fly a plane.
Okay, I just want to point out something here. Flash Gordon doesn't know how to land a plane because he didn't have the lessons. He got less training than the terrorists in 9/11 that hit the towers, and yet throughout this whole movie he's flying rocket sleds,
Rockets.
spaceships, any
Airplanes.
number of aircraft.
Right. He doesn't. But the fun thing about the airplane that crashes is neither of them have seatbelts, nor is there a windshield, and they're perfectly okay. The wings come off of it. They crash into the damn thing. They're doing like 700 miles per
They
hour.
squished the assistant.
They squished the assistant. I was kind of surprised by that.
Yeah.
I thought that he was going to be okay. Like, I made it.
I'm the only smart person in the movie.
Right.
Dead.
Dead. Squished by airplane.
Apparently being smart in this movie does
Shitty-
not pay off for
Shitty
you.
Ned Beatty.
Well, he was the only person that showed any sign of intelligence just by trying to leave.
Right.
Common sense.
Everybody else was completely an idiot. Just all of them were morons.
Yeah, everybody in this movie is a moron. So they go through the fluffy. They travel into the monolith, essentially, is what it
Like
looks like.
the vortex of some.
And they end
It's a
up
bullshit cloud.
They end up crashing the spaceship on Planet Mongo, which is Mongo a system or is it a planet? And all these other little things, are they planets as well?
I don't know, like they
They
said.
would call them moons, but one of them was a castle that flies. The other ones were just sort of some
shitty rocks.
Rocks and ice.
One looked like an Ewok
clouds.
village.
So then we are to infer that the planet Mongo is where they crash, where Ming lives.
Mm-hmm.
Is the only thing on Mongo the palace, Ming's palace?
And some dirt and some jagged rocks.
Dirt, jagged rocks, Ming palace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a pretty shitty place.
It doesn't seem
Mongo
like
sucks.
they would be able to eat anything.
No.
I guess the one forest rock thing that Peter Pan is from.
No, that's a different moon.
Yeah, but there's some greenery on it at
Maybe
least.
that's why Ming's such a dick, is because he had to have all these other planets in his empire just so they could feed his
Feeding-
dumbass.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
There's no resources on Mongo or...
Speaking of Ming, I would just like to point out, yes, out of control eyebrows and a sweet waxed mustache thing. that-
It's more like a goatee.
Yeah, but like it didn't move. Like
It was
not
two
one
pieces.
hair out of place, man. That thing had been waxed down so awesomely.
It looked like a little person, kind of, with the mustache coming out like arms and the beard coming down forked like legs.
A bit.
It
A
did.
bit.
Yeah.
Nose face. So speaking of faces that don't make sense, lizard men.
The lizard men don't have it good in this movie.
No, they don't. They're cannon fodder, essentially. Actually, everybody's
They're just
cannon
prisoners.
fodder, but they're prisoners all the time. They have faces inside their mouths.
Mm-hmm.
Which is awesome.
How did
And
they
it looks real bad.
Yeah, it looked terrible.
They need their own movie. They really do. Because that's the only way you could have a movie worse than this movie.
I think they had a TV show. It was
It'd be
called
like
Land of the
frogs.
Lost.
it'd be like frogs, but they would be lizards. And instead of the frogs, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Frogs, Frogtown, or whatever that's called.
Frogs? It was just
No.
called Frogs.
Yeah, we talked about it on Stinker Madness.
I think a combined movie with Lizardmen and Ewoks would be awesome.
Oh, that would be... Okay.
I'm
It could be
telling
an
you,
epic war.
they had it. It was called Land of the Lost.
Oh.
That's what that is. But how do they eat? If their faces, if their eyeballs and their noses and their ears and all that is inside their mouths, you can't just stuff things down there.
Maybe they shove them up their buns.
Ooh.
But then how do they poop?
Comes out the side.
The side?
Armpit.
They're so full of shit it's coming out their ears?
out of their, out
my
of their
grandpa
anus
used to say.
armpit. Just like in her.
Or like insects who just poop through their skin and that's how they breathe.
Back and forth.
Bet that
forever.
smells great.
That's why bugs are gross.
And another thing about Ming, to bring us back to Ming.
Oh boy.
Okay.
More costume talk, please.
Yes, this is totally a costume thing. But two things about his costume. One, the ring looked like it was a giant rodent rat thing holding onto a ball of some kind, like a circus mouse. And
I
then
couldn't figure out what that thing was.
he had these helmets that gave him instant sideburns.
The
And so did some of the troops. Like when they went into battle in the last scene, it was like sideburn helmet, and it just was like perfect sideburns on the side. Like, don't worry about it. You can't grow some sideburns. We issue you sideburns in this army.
Okay, I want to talk about Ming for a little while. There's obviously no humans other than Flash, Zarkov, and Dale in this movie, because everybody who looks humanoid
Has wrong color blood.
wrong color blood or wings or whatever. So, but on Mongo, there's humanoids that are. Where am I going with this? Basically, there's Ming. He's a humanoid.
Who looks like the Monarch from the Venture Brothers.
There's his daughter.
Who is a major slut.
His like woman general lady.
She was awesome.
And I think that's it.
No, there's concubines.
Yeah, that's concubines.
No, but they were from another planet. They were part of one of the sexy lady tribes at the beginning.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, but you got the red guys with the snoots, his royal guard that
Well, they're like...
suck.
He has like
they're
three
not
different
humanoids.
categories of costumed defenders that all are not
Right.
good at it.
You got the gold face guys.
But you figure they might be normal underneath the mask.
No, I think that they were supposed to be robots.
Huh.
You got
I don't know
the
about that.
gold face guys that the tall jaw was, and then you got the little short guys that.
Well, there was like the normal helmet red and gold guys, and then there was like the samurai looking.
I think they
very
were all
beginning.
just gold guys. Then you got the guys that are running the show, the server. They're the internet. You take off their glasses, the internet crashes.
The people running in a spaceship, they were like human guys though.
Yeah, the sideburn helmets.
Yeah.
The
Oh, that's
officers.
true.
That's why I think they're just masks
Grand Emperor
because like
Thrawn,
they had like or Grand Moff Tarkin.
Grand Moff Tarkin, yeah.
Yeah, they were just masks because you get to be an officer and you don't have to wear a stupid mask. You just wander around and act like a pompous asshole.
So basically, they're shitty stormtroopers.
Yes.
Which is an interesting point about the George Lucas thing about this movie. Was there a script in place that he got a look at?
No, he just wanted to do the project.
He just was like, I want to make Flash Gordon.
Yes. And then he was turned
He
down.
wanted to
and
do,
then he made
according
Star Wars.
to Empire of Dreams, it wasn't necessarily that he wanted to do. He would do Flash Gordon if he could, but he wanted to do something that had that sort of serial feel to it.
Right.
Which is odd because, like, when he's describing what he wanted to do, Star Wars is nothing like any of that. But
Well, I'm just saying that there's a lot of parallels between this movie and Star Wars. Truthfully. There's an emperor.
well, at this point,
He's got powers. There's stormtroopers in Flash Gordon, apparently. There's a guy that's very similar to Grand Moff Tarkin, flying the penis bee ship. You got a dickhead with blonde ape drape. And you got a Han Solo in Timothy Dalton.
kind of.
You got a Chewbacca and Voltan.
Not really.
Not really. He's just very hairy. It's just interesting.
The bird people were really dirty. It was like they had this really nice palace, but they all looked dirty to me, like
Their palace
like
was better than Ming's.
Like they just kind of went around, rolled around in the dirt or whatever, and then came back in and was like, fuck it, this place is totally nice. And we're just going to bring our dirty ass everything in here.
Maybe they weren't lumberjacks. Maybe they're more small town mechanics.
So you're saying they're dirty
They
birds?
looked like
birds.
they looked like the heavy leather gentlemen with wings.
Heavy leather gentlemen.
Like
man slaves?
yes.
Yes.
I thought they were fine. I really did.
You
Mark's
thought they
like-
were fine. Like
Mark's like,
that's
they had
fine.
nice teeth.
I believe it.
They're wearing leather shorts.
My
and
favorite one was
suspenders
the
and
guy
that's it.
that there's one of the Hawkmen that had a busted nose that was epic.
Out of control.
That was
busted.
crazy. It was like the side of his nose was under one eye. It was
Yeah.
like, whoa, what's wrong with that
Very,
guy?
very broken nose. He had a very misspent youth, that one.
Yeah.
I'd like to know more. The tale of Broken Nose Hawkman.
Yep.
Yeah.
He
What
should get a
brought you to
sequel.
this point in life? He gets shot.
Or a prequel.
He gets winged.
Yeah.
He gets winged, and he's okay.
Yeah.
A lot of birdmen die. A lot of hawkmen die.
Just get shot right in the face.
Yep.
Not,
Everybody gets shot in the face in this movie. There's very few times does someone take a body shot. Timothy Dalton was shooting everybody in the face.
It's like just a face shooting movie.
Yeah.
Only way to kill him, shooting him in the face.
in a hail of laser bolts.
Okay, so let's talk about Aura.
Before
Horror?
we're talking about the palaces, I always like it when you never see the throne room or like the personal quarters of this, because it's just like the thing opens, he walks out, and then or it opens and he goes back in there, and I just imagine him to be standing by himself in the dark
Ming?
because you can't see anything. It's dark in
Very
there.
dark. Very dark.
And so you're just like, okay, I'm in here now.
He's like, which one of you assholes was supposed to bring the flashlight for after the thing closed?
Is there my kingdom for a chair?
And a light bulb.
Maybe that just is an access to the rest of the planet. Like there's more. Like an entire other world.
Oh, the backside. It's like
Yeah.
the dark side of the moon.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what's on over there.
Or the Genesis project. It seems like a really crappy space station on an asteroid, but then you push the button and there's a whole Garden of Eden inside of it.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I said Dark Side of the Moon, and you said the Genesis Project, and so I started thinking about, like, Emerson, Lake, and Palmer and stuff like that. Like, what projects? Like, are we talking about
The
Crosby,
Alan-
Stills?
Alan Parsons
Yeah,
Project?
Alan Parsons Project? What are we talking about here?
So Ming has a slut daughter named Aura. I want to get to
right,
this.
Hora.
I thought her name was Aura.
No, it's Aura, but I'm calling her Hora.
Oh, that's... She must have a super pussy. Because every dude in
I'll
this...
have the soup. Ba-doom.
Every dude in this movie is like, I want to bang you. I want to bang you again. I will do anything
Well,
if you let me into your panties.
she-
And everybody
doesn't
knows
she?
that she's a treacherous woman.
Because you see, there
But
seems to be.
wait, I'm gonna
highly-
get to this. Hold on. And the reason I think that this super pussy exists is because the scene when she is going to wake up Flash Gordon in her red jumpsuit, that pussy is just camel toeing out, man. It's like it has been beat to death. It is just swollen. It's out there. It's eating the jumpsuit. It's like, check out my super pussy. And then in the next scene after she saves him, she's like, I have a secret pleasure moon. We can go to my secret pussy pleasure moon. And I'm like,
There's a palace for two.
yeah.
Which I didn't believe for a minute. There's got to be orgies going on there.
Yeah, because that
She has
camel
a
toe
separate
was given
palace for
away.
that, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what, that
She
red
has
jumpsuit was
she
given
has the
all
once every
away.
6 months I'm feeling monogamous palace, and then there's another palace for the other, you
for
know.
fighting the octopus.
Yeah,
For the other 787 days of the year, or how many there are on this
and,
world.
and whatever.
It's just she gets poked in the face by dicks.
It's better than getting shot in the face.
Really? well, potato.
Like, it seems like there's not any women, like women and men in this planet system of moons or whatever are completely separated. Because the Peter Pan douches, they're all dudes. The Hawkmen are all dudes. You see
except
some
for the
women.
daughter, except for Voltan's daughter.
Yeah, you see,
who's in it for
like,
half a second.
Half a second.
Like,
So maybe they have women or whatever.
They
but
do, because when we go to their palace, you'd see them on the sidelines.
I didn't say
Okay.
that.
I did.
Maybe the other people didn't have any women, so that's
Very
why
few women.
they're so hard up, because it's like, oh, there's actually a woman here.
Well, there was
I
the
did
whole
like-
Amazon sex slave tribe of women.
But you can't go over there, I guess. That's part of the Emperor's law.
And there was the little miniature sugar packet people.
The sweet and lows.
Oh boy.
There was the people that brought the eggs. There were different groups of people in the beginning of the movie, but then you never saw them.
Yeah, what were the people that brought the, like, here's the eggs.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I love
Guys,
the
keep bringing
beginning
those.
thing that was like.
They're dragon eggs from Game of Thrones.
But you know the thing is in this beginning scene though is that you don't want to be the poor planet, because if you're the poor planet and you go, all we have to give is Earth loyalty, they will fucking stab you. It's like, well, just
you
throw
don't have to
yourself.
stab yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fall on your sword. It wasn't even stab yourself. It wasn't like kill yourself. It was like fall on your sword.
Why?
So let's. I want you to kill yourself in the most haphazard way possible. It's gonna go wrong. You're still gonna die, but it'll probably take you like 3 days.
Mm-hmm. I want to make a movie that has groups of different people that are all weird in their own way. And I want to make black people, a group of black people, and have none of them dressed like Shaka Zulu.
Mm-hmm.
Just one time. Just once I want to see that in a movie where they're like wearing ties.
Yeah, no, there's all these grand and ornate costumes, and then you get to the, like, oh, we've gone ahead and racially segregated all these groups again, because
That's
it's
true,
a movie,
because-
and you have to do that, and you get to the black people, and they're all, like, businessmen, well-educated. Like,
or dressed like astronauts.
Scientists.
Yeah,
Or,
not in this movie. They were the poor
Always.
country with
or Shaka Zulu people.
with Shaka
Casual
Zulu
Fridays
stuff.
would be
Erica Badu.
like salmon polo shirts,
with a gold chain.
Birkenstocks and socks. They're just dorks.
and giant beards.
Yeah.
Well, you have to remember this is 1980 when this film was made, and that was acceptable back then. So, at least, I don't know where I was going with that.
You're defending it, Mark.
Dun, 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 dun.
Anyway,
We only have 14 minutes to shoot this show.
Anybody notice the handgun? Make that connection. It's a gun and shoots hands. It's a
Yes.
handgun.
Yeah.
that showed up later in the movie too. When
There was.
When they were holding her down.
Yeah, they held her down with hands rather than normal clamps.
Where are we at in this goddamn movie?
We have gotten to the planet.
Mongo. Right, they land on Mongo.
They get taken prisoner by some samurai guys.
Which seems pretty easy.
And then they're passed off to other guys that don't look like samurai guys that aren't tall Jawa guys.
Right. Oh, so they're at the pageant. Is this like a festival, or is this just Thursday?
It's Thursday. It's time to pay tribute.
Pay tribute to Ming.
Every
Bring your
Thursday.
eggs and. So there's the people that bring the eggs. Oh, there's the ice crystal or the ice jewel that the Burt Hawkman and
Stole from
Robin Hood boys are fighting over.
Yeah.
And the
Which
Erica
good
Badu
thing
people
that
bring
Flash Gordon
themselves.
shows up, because that would have came to a head. There would have
Yeah.
been fighting. Somebody would have died. Flash Gordon shows up,
Maybe it's not a
distracts
good
that
thing.
whole situation.
Maybe they would have gotten out of control and spilled over, and Ming would have died, and the whole thing's
I doubt it.
no movie.
I doubt it. He had that little robot flying thing that was zapping people left and right.
It was just kind of asshole butler
Yeah.
with lasers.
with
Lasers.
with lasers.
I think it also acted as a Roomba.
Well, it certainly did suck. So it's Thursday, time to pay tribute. Bring your eggs, and also Flash Gordon.
Yeah, well, it was like tribute
just-
isn't enough that it could be bothered. Like, well, I don't want to not interrupt tribute. Like, you can interrupt it with bringing prisoners to me. This is just tribute. I don't really care about this.
I don't really want any more of these eggs, but it's the only thing this fucking planet has.
But if they don't bring the eggs,
The only thing behind this
Then I
being
have
in
to
this black
destroy
room is
them.
eggs. So all I've gotten there is eggs. I'm trying to stack them up into a chair.
And crystals.
Not working.
yeah, and these ugly rocks.
Yeah.
So
So I wonder what the other people were going to give as tribute, because they never really got to it. Because
like the
football
sweet
scene
and lows.
happened. Yeah.
Sweet and lows.
Yeah, and the Corilla DeVille crowd that was all black and white.
Yeah.
Oh
I forgot
yeah,
about them.
those people. They didn't even really have a tribe or representation. They were more like Cuba.
I imagined them to be like the clergy, because the people performing the wedding were wearing something similar.
Interesting. Interesting.
The unanswered questions of Flash.
Oh, there's a lot of socio-political gender roles, all sorts of.
I like the
interesting
green
political business
liquid
about this movie.
that they give Dane so that she'll drink it and pass out so that Ming can go in and have sex with her when she's knocked the fuck out.
The toilet hooch.
Well, it's not supposed to knock her
Boone's
out. It's
Farm.
just supposed to make her not care.
Yeah, but she overdoes it.
Yeah, she wakes up, she's like, oh, what the fuck? She's checking to make sure her panties are still intact, like, oh god, that was a hell of a night.
It was Mad Dog 2020. So, anyways, back to the tribute. Flash shows up, flips Ming some guff. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, he doesn't even flip Ming guff. He flips it to what's the guy's name? Zylos?
Zarkov?
It's Clytus, the gold face masked man.
Duh.
Flips him shit because the Clytus is the one that's dealing with all of this bullshit. Is he like the sheriff?
He was the master of he was the general of the secret police.
Makes sense.
So it's the old SS routine, huh?
Yeah, with a metal face.
Metal
Yeah.
face.
Who wants to marry Hora?
That's right.
Oh, he does.
Even though he has a
That's a
perfectly
reward.
good
Yep.
lieutenant general that seems to want to bang him. The other lady.
With the weird teeth.
Right.
That turns into oil.
Yeah.
After she's shot in the face.
How?
after she gets
Why
shot in the
does he
face.
want to marry Hora?
He's heard the
He's heard a few things.
Yeah. He's
Super
ready
pussy.
to go.
Super pussy. You're absolutely right,
Right,
Jamie.
and he's ready to go to the secret moon palace with her.
Yeah. Apparently that's his
I
reward.
wonder if he's got a metal ding dong. Was he just made of metal, or was he wearing a mask?
I don't know. In some scenes it was done really well. In other scenes you could see his mouth. So
Right.
I think it was just...
Some scenes the mouth doesn't move very good, others it does. It was...
Maybe he's just deformed.
Maybe he needed some oil in his chin.
And meanwhile, he had a lady that wanted to go out with him that turns into oil. I mean, shit.
Match made in heaven.
Match made in
They're both
heaven.
wearing black and gold throughout
They
the
work
whole
at the
movie.
same place.
Right.
Yeah.
They could carpool every morning.
It's like The Office.
Maybe
Yeah.
it was awkward because, they had an office romance. It didn't work out.
And now she's just like a mega bitch about everything.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Now, every now and then they have to see each other at the copier, and sometimes they touch hands on accident, and it's like, I'm sorry. Well...
Because she did want to blow his fucking ship out of the sky.
Yeah.
Like, when it was coming, she's like, is it coming in on the right pattern? They're like, no. She's like, open fire! All the weapons!
I think she just knows her job really well, honestly.
I think she was out to kill this office romance. She was like, screw
Her
that
job was
guy.
to shoot the shit out of everything, whatever it was.
Well, it wasn't in the proper pattern.
So, Flash busts up Tribute Day, Thursday,
With some football moves.
in the most stupidest manner of all
Yeah.
time.
Which was not in the script originally either. That was improvised.
Oh, you're kidding.
Nope.
That's Brad Jones. What's his name? Sam Jones?
Sam J. Jones.
Sam J. Jones, that's his doing?
Yeah. Well,
Well,
it was a group effort, but yeah.
It's
how
a
that
game
went
of
down.
grab ass. That's what it is.
And he was doing so well until Zarkov or whatever hit him in the head.
No, yeah, it was Sarkov. That's right.
With one of the eggs. Or he would have been like...
The egg football.
He would have kept going.
Kept tackling people. I think he would have just kept going because it seemed like he was just tackling the same
Well,
robot
I think it
bodyguards
was
over
great
and over
that,
and over.
like, oh, let's fight people, and he can't fight them. They're beating him up. But if he's holding on to something...
Football-esque.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like...
Oblong.
Now that he's got a football, he's, like, footballing out or whatever. But the idea behind that is that he was unable to fight these people until he was more restricted by holding something.
So if you were a college athlete or even a high school athlete, you will be able to fight off an alien attack.
Just by
As long
holding
as if
something.
you're holding something.
As long as you remove one of your hands, at least, from the equation.
Could be a football. Could be a baby.
You just throw those babies everywhere.
What athletic sport has babies?
You never played a game of baby ball?
Well, not since I was a kid.
Oh, right. Since you were the baby ball.
That's right. Dun, dun, dun,
That's what
dun.
happened to you. So, yeah.
Yeah, Zoltan hits him in the head with an egg, with a Fabergé egg from space, and he goes down.
Yeah. Then it's execution flash time, which is now like another party. Like everybody else is like, well, who the fuck is this guy? Don't care. We're gonna go to that fucking shit. Maybe,
Free food, dude.
yeah, free food at the execution party.
To be fair, I think that happens every day.
It's now Thursday at 3.
Who's on the execution block this week?
Not me. Let's go to the
Some
party.
dipshit from Earth. Okay. So they take his pants off, naturally. Always got to take his pants off. He's now wearing like a...
Pair of skimpy...
Were they shorts or was it a loincloth?
It was
They
shorts.
were like shorts, but they were underpants, more or less.
Yeah, it was his drawers. Leather undies. Put him in a...
Leather mankini.
Put him in a chamber.
Yeah, he gets set into an electric chair, lethal injected, and then gassed in the gas chamber.
Pretty dead.
Pretty dead.
But he got a shot from a doctor beforehand that
Well,
saved him.
Dale is heartbroken. She's devastated because this man she doesn't know is now dead.
And then her face leaks water out of her eyes,
Yep.
Nobody's ever cried on Mongo before.
which is a weakness.
Because they're tortured people. It's such a shithole. Nobody's ever cried, ever.
Well, it might just be really dehydrated. I didn't see any water in the whole movie.
That's true. Gotta hang
Except
on to
for the
those
swamp.
tears. Maybe they just lick each other's
Oh, there is the
tears.
swamp. That's right.
That's on another planet.
True.
The moon thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's on Robin Hood's planet.
Maybe that's their tribute occasionally.
That's the
Swamp
Ewok
water.
village.
Yeah, like, hey, they stole the ice that we were going to give you. He's like, why don't you bring some fucking water?
So
I'm thirsty.
parched.
So thirsty.
Throat dry. Can't even cry.
And a wood beast. If it's not too much of a bother, I'd like one of those.
I'd like to know if there's weathermen on planets such as these. Like, do they have...
They got somebody that measures the food coloring in the water that they use to make the backgrounds. Yeah, there's a little bit more blue than there is red today.
Yeah, it's gonna be really hot on Mongo.
I'd expect some green and some purple on Thursday.
I think that anybody who tried to be a weatherman and wasn't 100% accurate would be killed by Ming.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah, they're flying through weathermen. But
Yeah.
what else are you
Well,
gonna
plus he
do?
has a machine that can change the weather and
there
cause
you go.
natural disasters.
So when he gets sick of the weatherman, he's like, fuck this guy.
Hot hail!
Hot hail.
You were wrong. Execution at 3.
Free food! Yes, I was down to my last $5. I'm so glad they're executing the weatherman today.
Maybe that's at 1 o'clock. I don't know.
Some fried wood beast. So Flash is dead. But, Hora likes her some necrophilia.
So she set it up. She brought him back. Gave him a shot. He's up and awake. Feeling pretty spry.
What's the shot?
It's what's anything? What's anything?
Like, does,
Let's go.
is that just readily available? Like, does anybody?
Well, no, that's
have
why it
access to the
has.
shot?
That's why she has to be banging a doctor too.
That's right.
That's right. She was also banging the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Who never shows up again. Huh.
He got killed. Remember, he got found out. Ming killed him.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
It was mentioned.
No.
We killed the doctor. Moving on.
Yeah. And no one cares.
Yeah. Huh. Well, that's
And she showed no remorse either, because she still had like
No, she's
30 other
a
guys to bang.
dirty tramp. Really dirty tramp. So, what's her motive? I kind of got a little lost right here. She wakes him up to bang, I guess.
Yep, that's what she wanted him for.
And so
had the hot
she's
from.
flying off to their her bang palace.
Well,
No, she was taking him directly to Timothy Dalton to hide him.
yeah.
So Timothy Dalton's going to hide him.
Kind of giving him the tour of the moons.
Yeah. Telling him and showing him how to fly a spaceship. How it all works.
So why did they go to Timothy Dalton?
To hide him.
Yeah.
So she's in on the resistance.
No,
Not
there's no
really.
resistance at that point.
The resistance is born of her loins.
Yeah, Flash
And
Gordon
desire.
is resistance.
Yeah, she just wanted to bone Flash Gordon.
Well, then I don't understand why she went back. Because, like, she's like, take care of him, and then he kind of wanders around for a little bit, and then the next scene you see, she's strapped onto a torture chamber.
We don't know that she went
Torture
back
table.
because the guy's... what is his name? The metal face guy?
Clytus.
Clytus says he thinks he knows who it is and he's going to go after that person. So at that point, there's been a forward cut where you can either assume, one, she went back, or two, she was captured some other way. There's really no... Who knows what happens between those 2 points.
Because I wasn't sure if she was in on it from the beginning or what was going on there, and she just had a really loose vag, and, you know, that's her problem. But she's not a bad person. She just really likes to bang.
She just really likes to bang. She doesn't seem like a bad person.
She doesn't. Does she do anything evil?
No,
Not really.
Huh. They should get bars on Mongo.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of problems solved by just getting like a shitty country western bar where everybody at 2 a.m. is, all right, what are my options?
Line up!
I'm gonna take the best of you uglies.
All right, sugar packet, let's go.
Damn it, somebody already took Timothy Dalton. I'll have to take a sugar packet for this metal face guy again. Yeah. So she's now getting tortured, and then they threaten her, like, you tell us or we will torture you. We'll turn on the torture. She's whipped to shit. Already torturing her. Like, what's next?
And they have a lie detector right in front of her face. Every time she lies, it turns red.
Stick her in the Iron Maiden? What?
Well, they said that it was something...
Bowl of worms.
Oh, that's right.
Worm bowls.
Borlow worm?
I think it was burrow worm.
Burrow worms, maybe.
Yeah.
It was something you don't get to see.
Yeah, that was really dumb.
And
I
it
know.
doesn't really... I guess they make you tell the truth.
Yeah. Well,
Which, if that's the case,
apparently
just
they're
skip ahead to that part.
Right.
Unless you're really just that sadistic, which the one lady seems to be. And I think that there's a little hint of jealousy there, because the one guy wants to partake.
Right.
So she's really just whipping the shit out of her, because she can.
Yep.
Because he has to stop her at one point, because she's ready to just get back in there.
She did have a little bit of that dominatrix look to her. That was her whip from her
personal
Private
collection.
boudoir. What is that called? SDSM?
BDSM,
BDSM, yeah. Bondage.
domination, sadomasochism. There's actually 3 parts to it, but it's very odd.
So let's move to the Ewok village.
Yes. Like, you can break it up. There's... The BDSM has 3 rings. There's actually...
One ring
6
to rule them all.
There's 6 different words from a 4-letter acronym. Is what's really fucking strange.
Huh.
Yeah. Look it up on the internet one day.
Wiki late at night.
I'm good. So meanwhile, back on planet Aurelia, I guess. Timothy Dalton's planet.
Robin Hood planet.
Right.
Moon. They're not even planets. They're just
Tree
moons.
people land.
Ewok village.
Ewok village. Yub nub.
Above the swamp.
Right. There you go. Another Star Wars thing. Ewok village.
This is before the Ewoks. 3 years.
That's true.
And we now see the Legends of Zelda is there, and he's got to stick his hand in.
Link from Legend.
Yeah, he's got to stick his hand in some kind of log with
The Wood
multiple
Beast.
holes.
The home of the Wood Beast.
Right.
Which is a tadpole with a scorpion tail.
Now, here's another dumb thing about the Robin Hood people. So, they got this stump, and inside it they have a creature that's called the Wood Beast.
Mm-hmm.
Their entire planet is woods.
Well, they were beating their wood when we
What
first came to see this planet.
What do they call all of the other beasts that live within the wood?
Well, not the wood beast.
Well, the only other
Yeah.
thing you see is something that comes out of the ground, which I assume to be a swamp beast. Or dirt beast.
Kind of looked like the Greater Sarlacc of...
Kind of looked like a Venus flytrap
Tatooine.
that was fat.
Yeah.
It looked like...
It looked like the Sarlacc with a giant nutsack.
It kind of looked like they just kind of threw that into kill some time in the movie.
A bit.
But when Flash Gordon, though, when they put him down in the swamp on this planet and he gets out, right, and he falls into the quicksand, my first thought was, get the ferrets! Because it was so like Beastmaster. It was like, oh, he's gonna die.
So this is all like once the football scene gets over, like this thing got really dry for me. I was getting kind of.
It was a bit dry. It was a bit dry.
There's a long period in the middle of this movie where nothing happens, and that like him in the quicksand, like he's gonna get out of the quicksand. Is there anything exciting gonna happen here? Not really.
Well, nothing really even happened in the plot. Like it was just him trying to round up guys. And none of the guys wanted to do anything. Like, right. No, we're good. We're just going to put you through ordeals to... I don't know why.
So he has to prove himself.
For what?
For what?
To be the leader of the rebellion.
And he doesn't...
You know what? Fuck you, Sam. You know what? There was not a boring part in this movie. It was all fucking awesome.
Yeah, it gets pretty boring.
However, there is a lot of... We have you in these really fancy costumes, and we're going to use this really elaborate set that we built no matter what.
Yeah, they gotta get their money out of that shit. So, either way, he's now confronted by Timothy Dalton after escaping the swamp, and they have to have a man-off, basically. They have a hang-down contest via the Wood Beast.
Yep.
Whose dinger's bigger? And Timothy Dalton essentially is measuring from the base of the penis. Because he cheats. He's a cheater.
Okay.
You don't measure from that.
Jesus, Justin, you sound like you have some personal experience.
Apparently nobody's
here.
seen that South Park where you have to the TMI index.
Oh yeah, I've seen it, but
okay. So he's a cheater.
We don't believe that that's what you were talking about.
Well, Flash Gordon's arm goes in. Then Timothy Dalton's arm goes in. Then Flash Gordon's arm goes in.
No, actually, Timothy Dalton went first.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Timothy Dalton's arm goes in. Flash Gordon's arm goes in. Timothy Dalton's arm goes in. Flash Gordon's arm goes in. And then Timothy Dalton's like, no, you have to go again. Nah.
Yeah, because they say the first one wakes it up, the second one pisses it off, and the third one gets bit.
Yeah.
Well, they were on 4 at that point.
No, actually 5.
5th time was when he stuck his arm in, yeah.
And then fake getting bit, so nobody actually even got bit.
I'm just saying that's what the porta potty.
So you don't know shit about the Wood Beast.
Okay, well, snakes in a porta potty. That's how it works.
Snakes in a porta potty. What the hell are you talking about?
When I was a kid, my mom told me
Samuel L.
not to poop, and okay, she's like you. So it was always me, my mom, and my sister, and we'd always go up to the porta potty together when we were camping. And I didn't like the porta potty. I was scared of it, and my mom. And I didn't poop for like a week, Sam. Like a whole freaking week. And my mom was like, the first one wakes it up. The second one pisses the snake off. And the third one gets bit. And they always made me go third. So I would just hold my poop. And I was so constipated by the time we got back. It was like, the poop was just, oh God, it hurt so bad. I have a lot of bad memories of porta potties. I still hate porta potties.
It could have been worse. You could have gone in there and looked and seen eyeballs.
That would have been better than a snake.
Yeah. Jackie, this explains why you're full
of shit. Not really, I don't think a snake could survive in the porta potty for very long.
No, I don't think so either. But a man with a snorkel.
Oh my goodness.
He's dangerous.
That happened. You
stay away from that guy.
Getting back to the movie, I honestly think Timothy Dalton was the best actor in this movie.
Now you know I'm going back to the guy who gets into the porta potty. Because let's think about where is the rationale here. Because he wants to get pooped on. But after you climb in, and you're in there and you're covered in poop, and the first poop that actually hits you, you're like,
oh, that's the spot.
Well, you know what? I'm already covered in this shit. I've been sitting like, this is really anticlimactic. How the hell am I gonna get out of here? Like you have a grappling hook that he throws out through the fucking top of the porta potty and then climbs out? Like, really? Is that one of those where eventually you have to ask for help? Like, somebody's about to poop on you, you're like, I'm down here.
This isn't what I thought it was.
And then the person that's pooping's like, well, I gotta shit first. I'm really sorry. I gotta go.
That's hilarious.
The Dark Knight of the Poop. Anyways, back to the Wood Beast.
Long day to be a park ranger.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh man. Okay, Wood Beast. Yeah, so Timothy Dalton's a damn dirty sheet, but what happens after that? Oh, Flash gets away again.
They go through the forest. He gets eaten by the fly trap. He falls in the quicksand.
No, quicksand.
Timothy Dalton shoots the bug that explodes,
Right.
Saves him.
Bubble monster.
and then what?
Then they
They go to
kind
the
of cuts
hawk
to the
place,
palace, like
and they
of the
get into
Birdmen.
a fight.
Yeah.
Again, like more.
Oh, that's right. The Hawkmen show up and they're like, don't shoot him, and then they take him to the palace.
He demands by
Satisfaction.
something Emperor Ming Code 433 that he gets to fight whoever he wants, and then he picks Flash Gordon. Which is really dumb when you say it out loud. Because he's like having a dispute with the king of the Hawkmen, or the prince of the Hawkmen, or whatever. And he's like, well, by the code, I can fight. And then he's like, well, who do you want to fight? He's like, that guy. And he actually says that guy, too. He doesn't say
yeah,
he's like,
right.
that guy. And then you're like, wait, that does not solve this dispute that you're having at all.
And Flash Gordon's not like, what? He's just like, alright, it's fine.
Cool, let's do this. Let's get on this spiky pizza pan
Thing.
rotating floppy.
You know, that thing was
pan.
probably really expensive.
Do you think that the spikes? What do you think those were? Foam? Wait,
I'm not sure. But
Molded plastic.
it looked like it probably hurt, though.
I think
There's so much of this stuff
real.
that is just
You
molded
think that was
foam.
real?
Because you can, it's a really simple, you can do it at your house with 2 buckets, make
Sure.
a chemical compound that'll float. If you have the molds, then
I understand that. I understand. But when they flop around and they're landing on things, usually crappy scenes like that where that's really cheesy stage effects, they bend or they move. I didn't see those things bending at all.
the foam that I'm talking about would break, it wouldn't bend.
Well, they didn't break either.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
There was
didn't
guys
land on them.
leaning up against them. I thought it was I thought that was actually impressively shot because I
Maybe
never
they
saw
had
a
little
flaw with that
springs
scene.
on them to where
I never saw a move. Never saw.
they went
them
up and
move.
down. That's
Well,
what
yeah,
I saw.
up and down, but not when you land on them. They were purposely.
Yeah, but then
you
their
never-
fight, they fight, whatever.
with bullwhips.
Bullwhips, which is stupid. Give them guns.
And then
Let's
Robin
get this
Hood
going.
falls off, but then Flash Gordon saves him. And then their fight is interrupted. The Robin Hood's big speech about world peace gets interrupted because Emperor Ming's gold-faced killer guy.
in his big B penis
B
cruise ship.
penis cruise ship. You only see the one time that thing's gone after that shot, and then they cut to the other spaceship doesn't look like a penis so much.
Not so much. It has some shit at the top, but other than that, it was very penis-esque. Didn't look like a bee penis though.
No.
No.
Well, for the listener, if you would imagine if a penis had the eyes of a fly or a bee at the end of it, and the head of the
And a
penis,
pointy-
and
and a
then had a
pointy
little stinger where the pee hole on a wiener would be, then you'd have
Wiener.
pretty much exactly this spaceship.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
So cut off.
But yeah, but then the gold mask guy falls on his keys and dies.
Right.
That's pretty much what happens.
And then he gets stabbed by more shit, and his eyes pop out.
Yeah.
And his tongue, too.
Yeah, he had unicorn
like-
glitter tongue.
Unicorn glitter tongue.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was thinking like one of those like squishy toys that you used to get in the 80s that were like they would stick to walls or crawl down it.
Squeeze it and
Squeeze
yeah.
and things would come out. You could never get it like in the carpet because as soon as you did it would just be covered in dog hair.
Right.
And then
Yep.
it would be ruined. You always had to keep your toys clean. Gack. Gack was one of those toys.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Gack, when they had the monster in the swamp, looks like when you blow bubbles in Gack.
Yeah. A bit.
It was awesome.
Did Gack taste good? Anybody ever tried Gack?
No, was
It doesn't.
terrible.
It tasted like salt.
Yeah.
So anyway, Flash Gordon, they're blowing up the castle. Flash Gordon jumps down
Their
a chute.
almighty plan to kill Flash Gordon is to leave him in the castle.
And blow it up.
And then
The
blow it up.
entire whole thing. Which, in reality, is an entire moon.
Yeah.
Essentially.
To this planet, it's an
All the
entire
Hawkmen
moon.
left because
Right.
they had better things to do.
They're like,
They
fuck this,
evacuated.
dude, we're out of here.
To Robin Hood's planet.
Yeah.
For some reason. Because they knew they were in trouble.
So now they're on the Robin Hood planet, and there's Robin Hood is now like he's
been
on
captured.
board. He got captured
by the Emperor.
But now they're arguing amongst themselves about like whether they should fight or not.
We should have helped. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, right. Well, Flash is getting exploded.
Yeah,
and escaping on a jet ski
until he finds the Hawkman rocket sled or the rocket cycle.
Right.
It is actually called the Hawkman rocket cycle.
Yeah. It doesn't have a cycle. There's no cycle component.
There's no cycling.
There's no sidecar. I mean, this thing was a base model, definitely.
It was a jet ski.
It was a jet ski.
Or it was more like a jet ski / stand up tread machine. What are those called?
Treadmills?
Yeah, that you run on.
Yeah.
It was kind of like one of those. The top half of the bars.
Like a Nordic track mixed with a jet ski.
Yeah.
Right. With the penis.
And it had like a back bar that you could lean against in case he got tired of standing up.
Yeah. Or
all the G's that he was pulling. Because he wasn't ever going fast on that thing.
He never looks like he's moving more than about 3.
No.
Well, they couldn't get the fan going fast enough to make it look realistic.
Yeah, so he's flying blind on a rocket cycle. And
rocket sled.
Cycle. It's cycle.
Oh, that's right.
Cycle. So
Ain't nobody got time for that, Justin.
He's got
a radio.
He's got the CB.
Because they had those right then in that movie.
Right.
All of a sudden there's radios in the movie.
It was like a police radio, too. Like, breaker, like truck driving movie, Justin.
Yeah, a little trucker element. So he's talking to Hawkman, Hawkman. And now Hawkman is on board, apparently.
Yeah. Well, he was
Thanks for giving an old bird a second chance.
Yeah, now he gets a second chance.
Because apparently, I think the motivation behind everybody, like, wanting to fight Ming is they're like, this Flash Gordon guy cannot be killed.
No, it was because the food was getting terrible at executions at 3. They were like, you know what? This crab salad has gone a little downhill. Fuck this guy.
Now you're just giving us dirt again. We've got dirt. We need something else other than dirt. So, battle scene.
Well, you forgot about the pillow fight between the whore and the flight attendant.
Don't beat me. I'm a prisoner too.
They become best friends. That's usually what happened. Hollywood has made me understand that's really all 2 women need to forge a lifelong bond is to have a pillow fight.
On a circular bed.
Yeah, wearing silk bullshit.
Wearing outfits where it's easily opportune that a boobie could flop out.
Could just come right out.
Right.
And no boobies flew out.
No, but it could
have. That's why the other thing is after not ever seeing the boobies come out during these pillow fights, I just realized that women aren't hitting each other hard enough with those pillows.
That's right. You know, it would really help if they had little dangly beads or something, so that way one would get one in the eye and they'd be like, fuck! And then they'd be like, rip your boobie out!
Yeah.
While they were like nursing their sore eye from the beating of the pillow.
If you want to become besties faster, just hit each other harder with the pillows. Yep. Easy equation.
I recommend that.
You guys are so stupid.
So Hawkman battle, they get shot a lot. A lot of the Hawkmen die before they even are able to fire a shot. There's like 900 Hawkmen versus one penis-shaped ship that's got like 20 guys on it.
Yeah, but everybody in this scene gets shot in the face.
Lots of shooting in the face. And except for Crooked Beak Hawkman, who gets winged.
And then there's the guy that's the pilot of the spaceship gets shot through the back of the chair.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was cool.
And they bust into
was awesome. Actually,
bust into the front of the ship, the cockpit, and just start shooting things and tossing grenades wherever.
And it still works.
Works perfectly.
Even though you see 98% of the machinery and anything that looks technical has been exploded.
Well, that's why nothing works at the end, and Flash Gordon has to stay on the ship
and fly it in.
Yeah, because nothing works on this piece of shit anymore.
Couldn't eject, huh? He's got a manual override.
Yeah, he's got to manually fly it in.
That old gimmick.
And he's like, 1 life to save 1 billion. I'm like, you just want to be remembered as that
Zarkov
guy.
said that at the beginning of the movie.
I know, because
Right.
he was willing to do it, and then Flash Gordon's like, fuck you, dude, I just want to get the hell out of here. Give me one of those
recurring
eggs.
theme. Well, he does crash the ship. I know we're skipping some battle stuff, but there's lasers. That's everybody
There's
gets
just
shot in
lasers.
the face.
Lasers that look like swords, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right. And,
A lot of laser business.
He flies the ship into Ming's palace while he's marrying Dale. Because now Dale thinks Flash is dead. Again. And has
So how
to-
many times did he supposedly die in this movie?
I got a 3 count.
3.
That's what I've got too.
Yeah.
Mark?
I don't know, I wasn't paying attention.
Because
Because I knew he wasn't going to die, because he's Flash Gordon.
That's true.
I was busy thinking about pillow fights.
Just like after that scene, I was totally distracted. I hope I didn't fall on my keys.
So, so he crashes the ship, and everybody else is able to dodge out of the way, except for Ming. The damn Emperor just stands there and is like, "Ah, no!"
No, he's got his back turned toward, like maybe he was gonna run.
No. And then turns around and gets stabbed in the back
Yeah.
by the bee stinger needle.
But he's so fucking tough, though, that he pulls himself off of it. And then he's like, fuck you, Flash Gordon. And he's got his little mouse scepter ring thing. And he's like, I'll kill you, Flash Gordon. And then he, like, turns it on himself and zaps himself in the head and
I didn't
dies.
really get with
He
that.
puts himself in the ring
Yeah. For the sequel that
for
never
the
happened.
sequel that never happened. Because at the very end, the black hand picks up the ring.
Who could that have been?
I don't know.
Because all the
Level-
evil people...
All the black people were
Number 3.
Well, I mean, the black-handed,
The black costumed people. Yeah, number 3 on the list was never really seen. Or maybe he was, I don't know.
Number 3.
Because there had to be, you figure there's a number. Yeah, see, number 1 is the guy with the metal face.
Right.
Then he's got his girlfriend
Number 2.
that turns into oil, number 2. Probably a number 3. That guy just shows up.
My favorite line, though, from the battle scene is the Bird King. Mm-hmm. And he's like, who wants to live forever? And I'm like,
It's funny you bring that up because Queen, as you well know, did the soundtrack, obviously. They
They did a song.
only, well, yeah.
Yeah, they did a song.
They only did one other movie, and the song was for Highlander, and it was called Who Wants to Live Forever?
Yep.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
I can't. I fell
I
on
think
my
Brian May
keys.
has done some, I think Brian May has done a lot of soundtrack work since Queen, though.
But,
So that's pretty much the
So
end of the movie.
Voltan, we forgot to mention,
Oh,
picks up a gun.
Timothy Dalton gets to be the king and
of-
Voltan gets to be the general. Flash does not get to go home. He doesn't go back to Earth.
he wants to.
They-
He
wants to,
go
but
back
they
to
don't
New
get
York.
she's a New York girl, even
Right,
though it's
but they
like,
don't get
this
to.
is probably cooler here.
Sequel.
They probably wanna
just
wait.
like Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
They probably want to wait like a year until the Earth rebuilds itself a little bit before they go back. 'Cause, like,
Yeah.
you imagine everything's
Hot
been
hail.
flattened.
Right. Hot hail and earthquakes.
But Voltan, during the battle, picks up a gun early on, never shoots anybody. At one point, he uses the gun to
That's
push
right.
someone off of a spaceship. I don't think he understands, and they made this man a general. He doesn't even know how guns work.
Really good at bonking guys, though.
Really? Oh, yeah, karate chopping
Yeah.
people to death.
Yeah. All the Hawkmen have guns except him. He's got a club. He never does fire a shot in the entire movie.
And the other unexplainable weapon thing was the lady that turned into oil, just out of nowhere shoots fire out of her finger. Just like a fucking massive flamethrower, just like, oh my god, that's a lot of fire. And then
Yeah.
they shoot her right in the face.
And he, what's his face? Goldface Van Clytus. He has another like zapping ring power because he zaps off Flash's helmet before he gets executed. Like,
And makes
helmet
it
Right,
disappear.
and Hora, the slut daughter, she has a ring too because she had to use it to get out of the building or whatever.
Yeah.
So
It didn't
Flash
work.
Gordon 2, The Battle of the Rings.
One ring to
I didn't
rule them
notice.
all.
So I'm watching when you watch Spaceballs because I've never seen
Joke
this.
never gets old
I'm
for
watching
me.
this a lot of the time. I'm kind of watching for stuff that came out of this movie and made it into Spaceballs because I'm thinking if they're gonna make fun of anything, it should be this way. And I think that the ring is about it because the rings were tall in Spaceballs too. I think that's all that. Like Mel Brooks was so unimpressed with this film that's about it.
But this film was just so visually freaking awesome.
It's
like
colorful.
Yeah.
all of the costumes were
and the
elaborate.
sets.
The sets were great. It was just like I was just entertained the entire time.
I think it's as good as Avatar.
Avatar was shit compared to this movie.
I think it's got
Visually.
pretty colors. I
Yeah.
think they both have pretty colors.
I didn't like Avatar. I thought Avatar,
didn't like
even
this
visually, even visually, Avatar was not visually as stimulating as Flash Gordon.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that Avatar
Shiny things, Justin, makes a huge fucking difference.
in
Shiny everywhere in Flash Gordon.
The
That's why I'm
writing-
going to keep cutting you off, Sam. Because
writing-
I like to do it. Yes, that's right.
We already did this joke.
the writing and the
Only 4
storytelling
episodes ago.
Don't cut off Sam.
is in Avatar isn't really good, but it like climaxes when we're like, why are we here? We're looking for unobtainium. The entire script to Flash Gordon is unobtainium,
Yeah.
written over and over and
Yeah.
over and
Yeah,
over
indeed.
again. It is.
Which one of you was like, I'm pretty sure the only lines that Dale have Flash Gordon in them.
Yeah, just
or something Flash.
Flash! Go, Flash! Flash!
I like when she's like cheering him on when he's like footballing the guards.
She starts doing a cheerleader dance.
Yeah, she's like,
She's an all-American girl.
yeah, she's like, woo, go Flash. And I'm like, yeah, my 0.5 episode of her was right on.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Yeah, she was about to bust out into Keep on Trucking All the Way or Ba 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 Ra Sis Boom Ba.
Yeah.
Push him back, way back.
So for our listeners, Flash Gordon drinking game, every time she says Flash, take a shot.
Hammered.
You'll be hammered by the end of this movie.
Hammered.
Or you can do like we did and go,
That's
every
right.
time she said it.
Flash, 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 oh Flash, oh my special Flashy.
Show me your flashy. They did get engaged though in this movie. He was like,
Oh yeah.
we're going to tell our kids about this. And then
The dialogue.
the Bird
just
King was like,
what?
hey, you two break it up. He's got to go fight. And she's like, we just got engaged. And he's like, fuck you, bitch. Stand to the
And
side.
they didn't really. He just said for our children, and that's marriage to her, I guess.
Yeah, if any guy says that to you, it's like, he's gonna marry me. And that's only if you are in your early to mid 20s and you're desperate.
No,
that
I'm
you
gonna-
ever think that. Like,
When a man says that, he's thinking, I'm going to knock you up in a motel room, and then someday I'm just going to go out to get cigarettes and never come back.
that's what I'm saying. That's probably what it really means. And he's like, I play for the Jets. I could just disappear one night on a road trip.
Probably why the Jets weren't very good in the 80s.
Flash Gordon's quarterback.
Well, you hear his audible system.
Oh.
41, 42, 43, hike. What a fucking dickhead.
Oh, really throwing us off there,
Yeah,
Flash.
it's a 43. He can count.
It's another sack.
Yes.
Not only did he pose in Playboy
No,
with his
he got-
huge donger,
A 4-year-old would watch this and be like, the dialogue isn't very good.
but the colors are so pretty.
So, to wrap it up, let's do this. Who was your favorite group of people? Starting with Mark.
Oh, you had to start with me.
Like, are we talking like in the beginning of all the
Just
different
all-
groups?
any time.
Okay.
I've got to say the lizard people because they're just so ridiculous.
Lizard men were awful. They were totally awful. Always dying.
Constantly.
Didn't have any lines because you can't talk when your mouth is a face. Jackie?
I liked the harem women the best because they were so beautiful and like all that shiny jewelry and those awesome hats and shoes and, shit.
And they can't move without being sexy. They have to
true.
always do the sexy moves.
Yeah, and they had green booze. It was the only place that you could drink this green booze was in this harem.
Unnamed green booze. There's no name for it, but many have died to get it.
Yeah, but you know,
You think they'd come up with a name like, hey, I'm willing to die for... What? I don't know what the fuck it's called.
it's fucking awesome what it is. I would be part of that harem just for the booze.
Yeah, I'd die for that too.
I think it was Slurm.
Slurm.
Yeah.
Green Kool-Aid. This is delicious living life.
Sammy.
The two pilots at the beginning of the movie. They're the only people in this movie that aren't dickheads.
It's sucked out by me. I think I'm going to go with the internet.
Oh, the
Internet
internet,
guys?
yes,
Yeah,
the internet guys.
You unplug one of them and the whole thing goes down. I like those guys.
Their Max Headroom glasses.
Yeah, I got Geiger counter glasses.
Oh, there you go.
And
I just wrote down goggles because
Wire
it was so
eyeballs.
Goggles.
inexplicable what was going on in the eye holes of those things.
were they wire eyeballs or were they like springs?
I don't know.
When they pulled the mask off, there was wires like he was connected to it.
But what I understand is like, why was the guy looking down? Like, where the fuck are you looking at? It's like attached to your goddamn face. Like you don't have to look anywhere. It's just there.
It's there.
They have Google goggles. So recommends?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jackie
I
obviously
wasn't
loved
like
it.
I wasn't blown away by it, but yeah, it's worth it.
It's fucking awesome.
I think it's required viewing.
It is required viewing, but it does get a little stale in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's wonderful. It is so wonderful. I love this movie so much.
Marcus?
This is a terrible, terrible, horrible, terrible movie, and I cannot recommend it enough. You must watch
Yeah.
it.
I have no idea how this thing made 1 cent.
I don't either.
If I
I'm
would have been an
telling you,
adult
dude.
in 1980 and I walked in and I would have walked to the ticket office afterwards and demanded whatever I paid back
Oh no.
if I was at a theater.
I'm
Now,
so
having
excited
watched
that
this,
we
like,
own this
hey,
on
I watched
Blu-ray.
this.
I'm gonna watch this again. That's how much I loved it on our high definition TV on Blu-ray. It was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, look good. Well, on that bombshell.
Well, what did you think?
Oh, totally. I said yeah.
Yeah, he said.
Oh, okay. I didn't
He
hear
said
that. Sorry.
required viewing.
Yeah.
Required viewing. Yes, I like that. Required awesome viewing. Mark gets my awesome joke because he's the one that taught that to me.
That's right.
Well, thank you for listening, and get to the rocket cycle.
Dun 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 dun.
Stay out of the shitter.
Dun 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 dun.